Cymbeline, Act 2, Scene 1. Enter Cloten and the two lords. Cloten. Was there ever man had such luck? When I kissed the jack upon an upcast to be hit away, I had £100 on it, and then a horse and jackanapes must take me up for swearing, as if I borrowed mine oaths of him, and might not spend them at my pleasure. What got he by that? You have broke his pate with your bowl. If his wit had been like him that broke it, it would have run all out. When a gentleman is disposed to swear, it is not for any standers by to curtail his oaths, ha? No, my lord, nor crop the ears of them. Whoreson dog, I gave him satisfaction. Would he had been one of my rank, to have smelled like a fool. I am not vexed more at anything in the earth, a pox on it. I had rather not be so noble as I am. They dare not fight with me because of the queen my mother. Every jack slave hath his belly full of fighting, and I must go up and down like a cock that nobody can match. You are a cock and a capon too, and you crow cock with your comb on. Sayest thou? It is not fit your lordship should undertake every companion that you give offence to. No, I know that, but it is fit I should commit offence to my inferiors. It is fit for your lordship only. Why, so I say. Did you hear of a stranger that's come to court tonight? A stranger, and I know on it? He's a strange fellow himself, and knows on it. There's an Italian come, and 'tis thought one of Leonatus's friends. Leonatus, a banished rascal, and he's another whatsoever he be. Who told you of this stranger? One of your lordship's pages. Is it fit I went to look upon him? Is there no derogation in it? You cannot derogate, my lord. Not easily, I think. You are a fool granted, therefore your issues, being foolish, do not derogate. Come, I'll go see this Italian. What I have lost today at bowls, I'll win tonight of him. Come, go. I'll attend your lordship. That such a crafty devil as is his mother should yield the world this ass, a woman that bears all down with her brain, and this her son cannot take 2 from 20 for his heart and leave 18. Alas, poor princess, thou divine Imogen, what thou endurest betwixt a father and thy stepdame governed, a mother hourly coining plots, a wooer more hateful than the foul expulsion is of thy dear husband, than that horrid act of the divorce he'lt make. The heavens hold firm, the walls of thy dear honor keep unshaked, that temple thy fair mind, that thou mayest stand to enjoy thy banished lord in this great land. Scene 2. Enter Imogen in her bed and a lady, a trunk in one corner. Who's there, my woman? Helen? Please you, madame. What hour is it? Almost midnight, madame. I have read 3 hours then, mine eyes are weak. Fold down the leaf where I have left. To bed. Take not away the taper, leave it burning. If thou canst awake by 4 o' the clock, I prithee call me. Sleep hath seized me wholly. To your protection I commend me, gods, from fairies and the tempters of the night guard me, beseech ye. The crickets sing, and man's overlabored sense repairs itself by rest. Our Tarquin thus did softly press the rushes ere he wakened, the chastity he wounded. Cytherea, how bravely thou becomest thy bed, fresh lily, and whiter than the sheets, that I might touch. But kiss, one kiss, rubies unparagoned, how dearly they do it! 'Tis her breathing that perfumes the chamber thus. The flame of the taper bows toward her, and would underpeep her lids, to see the enclosed lights now canopied under these windows, white and azure laced, with blue of heaven's own tinct. But my design, to note the chamber, I will write all down. Such and such pictures there the window, such the adornment of her bed, the arras, figures, why such and such, and the contents of the story. But some natural notes about her body, above 10,000 meaner movables, would testify to enrich mine inventory. O sleep, thou ape of death, lie dull upon her, and be her sense but as a monument, thus in a chapel lying. Come off, come off. As slippery as the Gordian knot was hard, 'tis mine, and this will witness outwardly, as strongly as the conscience does within, to the matting of her lord. On her left breast a mole sinks spotted, like the crimson drops in the bottom of a cowslip. Here's a voucher, stronger than ever law could make. This secret will force him think I have picked the lock and taken the treasure of her honor. No more. To what end? Why should I write this down that's riveted, screwed to my memory? She hath been reading late the tale of Tereus. Here's the leaves turned down where Philomele gave up. I have enough. To the trunk again, and shut the spring of it. Swift, swift, you dragons of the night, that dawning may bear the raven's eye. I lodge in fear, though this a heavenly angel, hell is here. 1, 2, 3, time, time! Scene 3. Enter Cloten and lords. Lord, your lordship is the most patient man in loss, the most coldest that ever turned up ace. It would make any man cold to lose, but not every man patient after the noble temper of your lordship. You are most hot and furious when you win. Winning will put any man into courage. If I could get this foolish Imogen, I should have gold enough. It's almost morning, is it not? Day, my lord. I would this music would come. I am advised to give her music in the mornings. They say it will penetrate. Come on, tune. If you can penetrate with her your fingering, so we'll try with tongue too. If none will do, let her remain, but I'll never give over. First a very excellent, good, conceited thing, after a wonderful sweet air, with admirable rich words to it, and then let her consider. Hark, hark, the lark at heaven's gate sings, and Phoebus gins arise, his steeds to water at those springs, on chalice flowers that lies, and winking merry buds begin to ope their golden eyes. With everything that is pretty is, my lady sweet, arise, arise, arise. So get you gone. If this penetrate, I will consider your music the better. If it do not, it is a vice in her ears, which horsehairs and calves' guts, nor the voice of unpaved eunuch to boot, can never amend. Here comes the king. I am glad I was up so late, for that's the reason I was up so early. He cannot choose but take this service I have done fatherly. Good morrow to your majesty, and to my gracious mother. Attend you here the door of our stern daughter? Will she not forth? I have assailed her with musics, but the vouchsafes no notice. The exile of her minion is too new. She hath not yet forgot him. Some more time must wear the print of his remembrance on it, and then she's yours. You are most bound to the king, who lets go by no vantages that may prefer you to his daughter. Frame yourself to orderly solicits, and be friended with aptness of the season. Make denials increase your services, so seem as if you were inspired to do those duties which you tender to her, that you in all obey her, save when command to your dismission tends, and therein you are senseless. Senseless? Not so. So like you, sir, ambassadors from Rome, the one is Caius Lucius, a worthy fellow, albeit he comes on angry purpose now. But that's no fault of his. We must receive him according to the honor of his sender, and towards himself, his goodness forespent on us. We must extend our notice. Our dear son, when you have given good morning to your mistress, attend the queen and us. We shall have need to employ you towards this Roman. Come, our queen. If she be up, I'll speak with her. If not, let her lie and still dream. By your leave, ho! I know her women are about her. What if I do line one of their hands? 'Tis gold which buys admittance. Oft it doth, yea, and makes Diana's rangers false themselves. Yield up their deer to the stand of the stealer, and it is gold which makes the true man killed and saves the thief. Nay, sometime hangs both thief and true man. What can it not do and undo? I will make one of her women lawyer to me, for I yet not understand the case myself. By your leave. Who's there that knocks? A gentleman. No more? Yes, and a gentlewoman's son. That's more than some, whose tailors are as dear as yours, can justly boast of. What's your lordship's pleasure? Your lady's person, is she ready? To keep her chamber. There is gold for you. Sell me your good report. How, my good name? Or to report of you, what shall I think is good? The princess. Good morrow, fairest. Sister, your sweet hand. Good morrow, sir. You lay out too much pains for purchasing but trouble. The thanks I give is telling you that I am poor of thanks, and scarce can spare them. Still I swear I love you. If you but said so, 'twere as deep with me. If you swear still, your recompense is still that I regard it not. This is no answer. But that you shall not say I yield being silent. I would not speak. I pray you spare me. Faith, I shall unfold equal discourtesy to your best kindness. One of your great knowing should learn being taught forbearance. To leave you in your madness, 'twere my sin. I will not. Fools are not mad folks. Do you call me fool? As I am mad, I do. If you'll be patient, I'll no more be mad. That cures us both. I am much sorry, sir, you put me to forget a lady's manners, being by so verbal. And learn now for all that I, which know my heart, do here pronounce. By the very truth of it, I care not for you, and am so near the lack of charity to accuse myself I hate you, which I had rather you felt than make it my boast. You sin against obedience which you owe your father, for the contract you pretend with that base wretch, one bred of alms and fostered with cold dishes, with scraps of the court, it is no contract, none. And though it be allowed in meaner parties, yet who than he more mean, to knit their souls, on whom there is no more dependency but brats and beggary, and self-figured naught, yet you are curbed from that enlargement by the consequence of the crown, and must not foil the precious note of it with a base slave. a hilding for a livery, a squire's cloth, a pantler not so eminent. Profane fellow, wert thou the son of Jupiter, and no more but what thou art besides, thou wert too base to be his groom. Thou wert dignified enough, even to the point of envy, if it twere made comparative for your virtues, to be styled the under hangman of his kingdom, and hated for being preferred so well. The south fog rot him! He never can meet more mischance than come to be but named of thee. His meanest garment that ever hath but clipped his body is dearer in my respect than all the hairs above thee. Were they all made such men? How now, Pisanio? His garments? Now the devil! To Dorothy, my woman, he thee presently. His garment? I am spirited with a fool, frighted and angered worse. Go bid my woman search for a jewel that too casually hath left mine arm. It was thy master's. Shrew me, if I would lose it for a revenue of any king's in Europe. I do think I saw it this morning, confident I am. Last night 'twas on my arm. I kissed it. I hope it be not gone to tell my lord that I kiss aught but he. 'Twill not be lost. I hope so. Go and search. You have abused me, his meanest garment. I said so, sir. If you will make it in action, call witness to it. I will inform your father. Your mother, too. She's my good lady, and will conceive, I hope. But the worst of me, so I leave you, sir, to the worst of discontent. I'll be revenged. His meanest garment? Well. Scene 4. Enter Posthumus and Philario. Posthumus. Fear it not, sir. I would I were so sure to win the king as I am bold her honor will remain hers. What means do you make to him? Not any, but abide the change of time, quake in the present winter's state, and wish that warmer days would come. In these feared hopes I barely gratify your love. They failing, I must die much your debtor. Your very goodness and your company overpays all I can do. By this your king hath heard of great Augustus. Caius Lucius will do his commission thoroughly, and I think he'll grant the tribute, send the Arages, or look upon our Romans, whose remembrance is yet fresh in their grief. I do believe, satist though I am none, nor like to be, that this will prove a war, and you shall hear the legion now in Gallia sooner landed in our not fearing Britain than have tidings of any penny tribute paid. Our countrymen are men more ordered than when Julius Caesar smiled at their lack of skill, but found their courage worthy his frowning at. Their discipline, now wing-led with their courages, will make known to their approvers they are people such that mend upon the world. See, Giacomo! The swiftest hearts have posted you by land, and winds of all the corners kiss your sails, to make your vessel nimble. Welcome, sir. I hope the briefness of your answer made the speediness of your return. Your lady is one of the fairest that I have looked upon, and therewithal the best, or let her beauty look thorough a casement to allure false hearts, and be false with them. Here are letters for you. Their tenure good, I trust. 'Tis very like. Was Caius Lucius in the Britain court when you were there? He was expected then, but not approach. All is well yet. Sparkles this stone as it was wont, or is it not too dull for your good wearing? If I have lost it, I should have lost the worth of it in gold. I'll make a journey twice as far to enjoy a second night of such sweet shortness which was mine in Britain, for the ring is won. The stone's too hard to come by, not a whit, your lady being so easy. Make not, sir, your loss your sport. I hope you know that we must not continue friends. Good sir, we must, if you keep covenant. Had I not brought the knowledge of your mistress home, I grant we were to question farther. But I know I now profess myself the winner of her honor, together with your ring, and not the wronger of her or you, having proceeded but by both your wills. If you can make it apparent that you have tasted her in bed, my hand and ring is yours. If not, the foul opinion you had of her, pure honor, gains or losses, your sword or mine, or masterless leave both, to who shall find them? Sir, my circumstances, being so near the truth as I will make them, must first induce you to believe, whose strength I will confirm with oath, which I doubt not you'll give me leave to spare when you shall find you need it not. Proceed. First her bedchamber, where I confess I slept not, but profess had that was well worth watching. It was hanged with tapestry of silk and silver, the story proud Cleopatra when she met her Roman, and Sidonus swelled above the banks, or for the press of boats or pride, a piece of work so bravely done, so rich, that it did strive in workmanship and value, which I wondered could be so rarely and exactly wrought, since the true life on it was. This is true, and this you might have heard of here by me, or by some other. More particulars must justify my knowledge. So they must, or do your honor injury. The chimney is south the chamber, and the chimney piece chaste Diane bathing. Never saw I figures so likely to report themselves. The cutter was as another nature, dumb, out went her, motion and breath left out. This is a thing which you might from relation likewise reap, being as it is much spoke of. The roof of the chamber with golden cherubims is fretted. Her andirons, I had forgot them, were two winking cupids of silver, each on 1 foot standing, nicely depending on their brands. This is her honor. Let it be granted you have seen all this, and a praise be given to your remembrance. The description of what is in her chamber nothing saves the wager you have laid. Then, if you can, be pale. I beg but leave to air this jewel. See, and now 'tis up again. It must be married, to that your diamond I'll keep them. Jove, once more let me behold it. Is it that which I left with her? Sir, I thank her that. She stripped it from her arm. I see her yet. Her pretty action did outsell her gift, and yet enriched it too. She gave it me, and said she prized it once. Maybe she plucked it off to send it me. She writes so to you, doth she? Oh, no, 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 'tis true. Here, take this too. It is a basilisk unto mine eye. Kills me to look on it. Let there be no honor where there is beauty, truth where semblance, love where there's another man. The vows of women of no more bondage be to where they are made than they are to their virtues, which is nothing, oh, above measure false. Have patience, sir, and take your ring again. 'Tis not yet won. It may be probable she lost it, or who knows if one her women, being corrupted, hath stolen it from her. Very true, and so I hope he came by it. Back my ring. Render to me some corporal sign about her, more evident than this, for this was stolen. By Jupiter, I had it from her arm. Hark you, he swears, By Jupiter he swears, 'tis true, nay, keep the ring, 'tis true. I am sure she would not lose it. Her attendants are all sworn and honorable. They induced to steal it, and by a stranger. No, he hath enjoyed her. The cognizance of her incontinency is this: she hath bought the name of whore thus dearly. There, take thy hire, and all the fiends of hell divide themselves between you. Sir, be patient. This is not strong enough to be believed of one persuaded well of. Never talk on it, she hath been colted by him. If you seek for further satisfying under her breast, worthy her pressing lies a mole, right proud of that most delicate lodging. By my life I kissed it, and it gave me present hunger to feed again, though full. You do remember this stain upon her? Ay, and it doth confirm another stain as big as hell can hold, were there no more but it. Will you hear no more? Spare your arithmetic, never count the turns once in a million. I'll be sworn, no swearing. If you will swear you have not done it, you lie. And I will kill thee if thou dost deny thou hast made me cuckold. I'll deny nothing. Oh, that I had her here to tear her limb meal. I will go there and do it in the court before her father. I'll do something. Quite besides, the government of patience you have won. Let's follow him and pervert the present wrath he hath against himself. With all my heart. Scene 5, enter Posthumus. Is there no way for men to be, but women must be half-workers? We are all bastards, and that most venerable man which I did call my father was I know not where when I was stamped. Some coiner with his tools made me a counterfeit, yet my mother seemed the Dian of that time. So doth my wife the nonpareil of this. O vengeance, vengeance! Me of my lawful pleasure she restrained, and prayed me oft forbearance. Did it with a pudency so rosy the sweet view on it might well have warmed old Saturn, that I thought her as chaste as unsunned snow. Oh, all the devils! This yellow Giacomo, in an hour was it not, or less at first? Perchance he spoke not, but, like a full acorned boar, a German one, cried "Oh!" and mounted, found no opposition, but what he looked for should oppose, and she should from encounter guard. Could I find out the woman's part in me? For there's no motion that tends to vice in man, but I affirm it is the woman's part. Be it lying, note it, the woman's, flattering hers, deceiving hers, lust and rank thoughts hers, revenge is hers, ambitions, covetings, change of prides, disdain, nice longings, slanders, mutability, all faults that name, nay, that hell knows, why hers, in part or all, but rather all. For even to vice they are not constant, but are changing still. One vice but of a minute old, for one not half so old as that. I'll write against them, detest them, curse them. Yet 'tis greater skill in a true hate to pray they have their will. The very devils cannot plague them better. End of Act 2 of Cymbeline. Amen. Praise be to God. Jesus Christ. Jah Rastafari. Bless thee.